How to talk to girls. How to talk to the girl you like. Don't let her feel like you're desperate for her, or your existence depends on her actions or the way she feels about you. Hi guys, welcome back to video 2 of this 3-part series on how to talk to girls. Now, if you are still struggling with the first video and the basics I put out in that video, then please go back to it and try and master those techniques before you move on to this. Also, if you're struggling with that, I highly recommend that you get this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And basically that will really help if you are struggling with those very basic principles I laid out in the first video. Okay, so if you now feel more confident and feel more capable of actually talking to the girls you like, let's move on to this step. And this step is basically how to talk to the girls that you like. So one of the first principles that I want to talk to you about is actually asking her out, because obviously you probably have a girl in mind that you really like and that you want to get close to. You want to be in a relationship with her. You want to start dating her. Don't go down the friendship route, because it's never going to work out for you. Because if you go down the friendship route and you don't state that you are actually really interested in her romantically, she's not going to want to be anything more than your friend. You need to tell her and ask her out. When I say tell her, I mean you don't tell her all the feelings that you have about her and all the dreams you've had about getting married and having children and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. But ask her out. Ask her out on a date. Ask to meet up with her and meet outside of your work setting, your school setting, or whatever setting you know her in. Ask to meet up. Ask to go out on a date. And if she refuses and she only sees you as a friend, don't take the friendship. Don't accept the friendship. The best response to say when a girl says, I just want to be friends, you say, I don't want to be friends. I think you're gorgeous. I'm interested in you romantically. So if you ever change your mind, then please let me know. That's all you have to say, because you need to be honest with yourself. I know some of you are probably thinking, but wait, I actually do want to be friends with her. Are you really being honest with yourself there? Okay, just think about it for a second. Do you want to be friends with her, or do you want to be in a romantic relationship with her? You know, cuddling, kissing, making love, all those kinds of things, right? You want to be doing those. You don't want to be a friend, okay? You don't want to be a friend. Because think of it this way, if a beautiful, gorgeous woman came up to you and wanted to be with you, you would probably drop that girl in a second to be with this new girl who really is into you and is really gorgeous and, you know, wants to be in a romantic relationship with you. So don't take the friendship, because all it's going to do is it's just going to drag the whole thing out more, because you can't just let go of feelings for someone, okay? And if you're just friends with her and you've got all these feelings for her, it's going to feel really bad. It's going to be so long and drawn out until you actually find a girl that is interested in you. And when you find a girl that's interested in you, you won't be interested in this other girl anymore. You won't even want to be friends with her anymore, probably. It's more likely that you'll probably just drop her and be with this other girl. And it may sound harsh, and I know there's probably more specifics around it, so this is only my opinion, but that's most likely what is going to happen. You want to be in a relationship with her. You don't want to be friends. Just please be honest with yourself, okay? Now, of course, there are exceptions to the rule, and not everyone who watches this video is in the same sort of situation, but I would say like about 90% of the people that watch this video want to be in a relationship with that girl and don't want to be friends. And if they're trying to be friends with them, they're just fooling themselves, okay? You don't want to be friends with her. So obviously if she says yes and she wants to meet up with you and she wants to go on a date with you, that's great. So what happens if that does happen, if you do actually end up going on a date with her? So the thing that basically that you want to do, and the way that you want to communicate with her and talk to her, is you want to make her feel comfortable. You want to make her feel safe. And the way that you do that is via laughter, by making jokes and sharing similar experiences with each other. So it creates that rapport, because we tend to like people that are like us, or we like people who are like the people we want to be. So if you have similar experiences and you're interested in the same things, that's a great way to create that rapport. Another way that you can make her feel comfortable is not by just blowing up her phone and kind of being a bit of a stalker around her, you know. Try not to stalk her social media, try not to message her excessively, because this is just going to turn her off. especially in those initial courting stages, okay? So try and make her feel comfortable by not being too desperate, not being too needy, just making her laugh and making her feel comfortable and doing fun things together while you're around each other. Because essentially what you are trying to do is you're trying to make her feel comfortable enough and make her have a good time so that she wants to actually spend time with you. And one of the ways you can do this is also by being positive and not talking about negative things. Don't try and make her your therapist or anything like that. You want to talk about positive things and topics that aren't that serious, okay? So stay away from topics about religion, about, politics, anything like that. Just focus on having a good time and talking about fun things that both of you enjoy. I recently wrote an article on my website about why women love anti-heroes, and I would highly recommend that you read that. I'll leave it in the description below. It's a free article, you don't have to pay anything to read it, you just read it, this is just there. So please go and read that if you would like to see what the kind of attitude that you need to have when you show up and the way that you communicate with a woman. So please go and check that out because I feel like that will really, really help you. It's a great free resource for you. So this is a quote that I wrote down which I feel like really represents how you should show up and the way that you talk to girls that you like, especially when you're on dates, okay? And especially in those very fragile first few weeks where she could easily be turned off by you, okay? Don't let her feel like you're desperate for her or your existence depends on her actions or the way she feels about you. So basically the attitude is, whatever she does in those first few stages, it doesn't bother you. So if she doesn't reply back to your texts immediately, don't let it bother you. Don't, send her a message an hour later or worse, 10 minutes later saying, why haven't you messaged me back? I know you've read it. Don't do anything like that. Just let her come to you. And if you do that, it makes her feel safe. It lets her know that you aren't desperate for her, that you aren't needy for her, okay? So if you master all of these steps and you really do become comfortable and your existence doesn't depend on whether this girl messages you or likes you or anything like that, then you are able to go on to the next step, which I will be talking about in this next and the last part of this series. If you are still struggling with your communication skills and thinking that you can't go on to this step, then please go back to the first video and watch that again, or alternatively, pick up this book, see if you can get a book. By the way, this is not an ad. I'm just saying, this book really, really helped me personally with my communication skills. Not just with women, but with just everybody that I encounter, okay? So please go and check out those resources that I've given you. The link is in the description for the article. And if you feel more confident now and you feel like you can do this and you can do all these steps, then you can head on to the next video, which I will be uploading very soon. Or if you're watching this in the future, it should already be there available for you in the playlist. If you would like coaching from me personally and need advice on a specific situation, then you can head over to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. The link for that is also in the description. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.